Hello friends, welcome to my channel Easy Study with Antara. Today we are going to study a very important history topic for competitive exams, that is Act of Settlement 1781. It's actually an amending act to remove the shortcomings of Regulating Act of 1773. Now, what is this amending act? Amending act means some corrections to be done for the regulating act. When this regulating act was established in 1773, there were some some mistakes, or you can say less acceptable things. In order to rectify that, this amendment act of settlement came into force in order to remove the shortcomings. Shortcomings means less acceptable things. Some features of the regulating act was less acceptable, and due to this act of settlement, the regulating act of 1773 was also known as the declaratory act in the year 1781. Now, what is the basic aim of this Act of Settlement? To establish a new system of Supreme Court. In this Regulating Act of 1773, after that Act, Supreme Court was established in the year 1774. Now, during that time, the British government had sent 4 judges. One will be the Chief Justice along with 3 other judges. They are the members of the Supreme Court. Now, this Act of Settlement has changed it. This act reduced the members of the Supreme Court from 4 to 3. Now, there were no more 4 judges. Rather than that, there was 3 judges of the executive and provincial councils for both. Now, this is all about Act of Settlement. I have given in a very gist format so that the aspirants can easily remember it. Now, our next topic is Pitt's India Act of 1784. Now, what does this act talk about? It established in order to have control over the court of directors to see all affairs of the company in India. Now, it introduced in order to remove the drawbacks of the Regulating Act. Some disadvantages were there in the Regulating Act. In order to remove that, this Pitt India Act was being established. Now, why the name of the act is Pitt India Act? Well, it came after the name of British Prime Minister William Pitt. During the time of this act, William Pitt was the British Prime Minister, and he was in direct control of British Parliament. And that's the reason the name of this act was Pitt's India Act of 1784. Now, what does this act talk about? That the Governor General and Council were made subordinate to the British government. Means the Council of Members and the Governor General of Bengal, they will all be under the Parliament, under the direct control of the British Parliament. It demarcated political and commercial functions of company. Demarcated means set boundaries or limitations. This particular act set boundaries for the company to have their political and commercial functions, that you can't do anything further than the setting boundaries. And the Madras, the General of Madras and the Governor of Madras and Bombay will still remain under the control of Governor General of Bengal in all matters. So this is all about the Pitt's India Act of 1784. I hope it might be helpful to you. Stay tuned. Thank you.